Hello. Thanks for choosing my video. I hope you're all doing well, and thank you to those who have been supporting my channel, and welcome to those who are new. So I thought I would start with the Kipper deck, as I haven't used it in a while, and let's take a look what's going on in the collective's energy. Okay, so as always, just take that resonates and leave the rest. Alright, so we've got great fortune in the reverse, privileged lady in the reverse, house in the reverse, and high honor in the reverse. Being told not all of these are in the reverse, but these are supposed to be. So let me just take some more. Occupation in the reverse. That's also supposed to be like that. So courthouse, public court of opinion, yeah. Most of them were up there wrong way, but this is definitely being being guided to leave them like this. So we've got great fortune in the reverse, so yourself or someone you know could have lost a great fortune or an opportunity linking to that. So because we've got occupation here, so it could be something like that with privileged lady in reverse. It's either losing a great fortune removes the title, so to say, of privileged lady, or someone that believes they are or were or acting like they are but not, something like that. It's stripping the finances and taking away privileges, obviously, but it's either not access to a great fortune, so can't turn into a privileged person, or something along those lines. Feels like losing or can't get access to. Something in regards to house in reverse, so if a privileged lady's lost her fortune, then she may need to sell her house, or it may have obstructed her from getting a house or losing a house or property. High honor. So if this is somebody almost like they're having a fall from grace, or their reputation, that it's like a shame because they had great wealth, they've lost it for whatever the reason, then that stripped them of any privileges. They've lost a home or had to sell or couldn't get one. The shame with high honor in reverse, something to do with either that of the experience, or this could be gossip about this person, or it representing a fall from grace. Something about occupation, so with this, and especially if you were to have lost your home or something like that, something to do with occupation, so not able to continue working, or this house could be prison for some, so coming out, then that could have a effect on the type of work that you would do. And so we've got courthouse, so I felt like public court of opinion, which would go with that being like a shame put on something, but not seeing why they've lost that. Yeah, either can't get work or lost work. So maybe with all of this going on, that it affected going to work or something. That caught in the reverse. So maybe you could work for the legal departments, and maybe because of whatever, if this is connected to a fraud of any kind, then if you was working in the legal system, then it's probably losing the job as well for that. But something, let me just grab one more for that courthouse, because it keep wanting to say public opinion, so it's like somebody's judged that main male. All right, so maybe there could have been a separation between the main male and privileged lady, and then it's caused all of this. That would make sense. Journey. Thoughts. Bad health. All right, so for others of you, we've got main male, thoughts, bad health, and journey. So just bear with me as it comes through, because it feels like, let's say this person is on the outside watching the process or this journey. So this main male, you know them, doesn't need to be relationship. It doesn't feel like that. They feel like a professional person. It feels like maybe they might wear a suit to their job, or they could be a lawyer, solicitor, anything like that, but feels that they're watching some kind of journey through the different stages. So you could possibly have known this person for a long time. Yeah, bad health, watching and thinking. So I mean, the way that that's coming across, almost like they're a psychologist, or they're analysing you, or whatever. I would even say, for some, it feels like, just to get the energy out and flowing, that it's kind of like somebody's pathway was whatever it was meant to be in a relationship, not working, not whatever it was or is. But this person, it's like a public experiment, that type of thing, it feels like, so that they can get the thought process through different stages, something like that. So looking for when the, like say, the mental health is going to actually decline or reach its tipping point, something like that. This person feels like they are observing like a downfall, let's say. And with this being a little bit misplaced from what I'm picking up, if it's not like public court of opinion, as in this one is assessing and analysing and whatever, and then reporting back so people can make a judgment or something like that, or this person is watching and then they are able to make a decision and say, well, no, I don't feel that that's a true representation, something like that. It's like expert witness or whatever, but not in a real court. So this person may be specialised in the work that they do. They may know a lot of people. Bad health. So let's just try and see what something else as well that's coming up here. It's like every time I go back to the energy of that main male that you possibly know or connected, obstacles at the bottom of the deck, it feels like they keep switching. So this person could play multiple characters. That's for some to bear in mind. But they seem like they're, so maybe a better way to describe it is, say if this was you, collective, and this was telling your story, your life story, or someone you know, this then would be like a psychologist or a therapist, and you would be going and obviously telling them, and they've been with you through the whole process, something like that, because they're listening to your thoughts and they're working something out. But along with it, if that's an aspect of, they're wondering where's your breaking point, or how comes you haven't broken under all of, look at all of these in the reverse, and he came in the upright. Bad health, journey, thoughts, they're all in the upright. So they're definitely meant to be in that position. But it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, introduce something else. Maybe that might be it, or come in and have a chat. So say that you'd never met that main male, but you spoke to him. But then you could actually meet that person in real life physical, because you've never seen them. So you don't know, they could be putting on a voice or doing whatever. There's something about he keeps changing. So like loads of accounts online, fake profiles, blah, blah, loads of people seem to have that. But this person, like chameleon, or yeah, and this seems really odd. It's like he's always the same, regardless of which persona personality comes forward as, but it's like each persona, he's got a connection in some way with this aspect of your life, with this aspect. It's like either a mirroring story with each, or say if it was a group dynamics, like we've been seeing a lot of that storylines coming up lately, it would be this person's the one assessing you and then reporting back. But when they change character, unbeknown to you or whatever, that they are putting on, say, entertainment mask of someone else. It's like, so what I'm trying to describe is, randomly, this person in the physical could have it be like, what's the chances of this male having the exact same first and last name of somebody else that you know, and they're not supposed to be related at all? And so when they come forward with that persona, they've got a story that's connected to that person. So it's almost like they're giving glimpses of different lives, and they're putting it together as a mirroring story. So as complicated as this sounds, and it's feeling it for me, but I do feel it's going somewhere, in the sense of this person is a chameleon and they have many personas. when they're speaking with you, whether it's in their therapist or whether it's even they come to you, possibly, whatever it is, wherever you would be speaking to them, for them to be able to hear your thoughts and views on something, that each thing that you are going through, they are the one that's either introduced that, or they know someone that's caused it, gone through it, and they've used that persona. And then this one would be something different. This would be like they've lost their house or they've had to sell their house. Then it would be like, oh, my reputation come under attack, or something like that. So it's either they're mirroring you as they're watching your journey, your life take a bad turn or turn for the worst, but it's almost like they are studying you to see how you deal with it or what's your answers back, something like that. It's like definitely way out there, of course, but that's what's coming through. Memories of love, so something about that great fortune, that there's tapping into it. And again, with a therapist, or whether they're getting you to talk about it or you've got to talk to them about it, that they are holding you in that memories of love. We've got intuition here, so you could have picked up on something went right or something felt a bit weird, but it's probably so off key. How would you ever notice something like this, even if it was intuitive? But again, it would be something that the mask would slip, because if you're going through all of this and this person, whether they've instigated it or they've been someone reporting back on the after effects of how it's affected you, if it's coming from other angles or whatever, definitely reporting back. It's like little grapevine, but it's like they would have been around you for years, but the mask has slipped a couple of times because of stuff that they've said. So there's a familiarity in either your connection with them, the relationship, or something. It's like how they're able to identify with you. It's either they know your situation outside of whatever your relationship is, or they actually have been through it themselves. But just to add back in to help the flow of it and the confusion, if it's not their situation, because don't forget, for energy to be able to be read and whatever, you need to be able to have something that you can describe as your own. So maybe they are taking different people's situations, stories, but making it out as if it's their own, and something along those lines. So we've got intuition, emotional withdrawal. So this feels like their energy, because we're already seeing that they're trying to monitor the after effects or how you react or deal with something, and they're waiting for like the decline of the mental health or whatever. It's definitely got an experiment feel about it, unbeknown to you, or vice versa. Don't forget, you can switch it. The intuition, so this emotional withdrawal, you may have picked up on something, or you may have said something, or there's been a shift or funding stopped for them, or maybe even that they don't want to carry on. I don't feel that they've come to the end of the journey. It's like they still, like something's not quite complete. So if somebody else was funding it for them to come in and log and get information, then either their funding has stopped, so they need to stop, or they need to fund it themselves, or yeah, I was going to say, or they've had a change of heart and they no longer want to carry on with it. Something's changed, and so it's making them go into their self. I don't feel that they're wanting to stop, because they're getting a lot from the interactions, what they're learning, different things, and probably even the entertainment factor, because this is unbeknown to you. They and their personas are unbeknown to you. But there's something with this emotional withdrawal that you could have picked up on something with your intuition that exposes them, or people linked to them, or something. You're getting close to it, and that's making them now withdrawal of, shit, what if I actually get caught or get found out? What does that mean moving forward? Because something this elaborate, how the hell was anyone getting caught doing all of that, you know? So yeah, we've got here crown chakra, and it's underneath the occupation, funny enough. So whatever you do or did do, or the person that you recognize within this, whatever that was that they used to do, their intuition, like I said, could have sparked something, could have alerted something, and now they're afraid, because the strength of that then shows the clarity of the work that they did. So yeah, it could also be something about like their qualifications of masquerading as like a psychologist, or a psychiatrist is the word that I was looking for. Something like that, or a consultant, like medical consultant in the mental health side of things, something like that, but maybe they're not really that. Yeah, material and spiritual prosperity. So this person has been making or gaining off of either your downfall, or your keep going to them because of your mental health, or something like this, drawing off of your energy. Maybe you've been helping them to, if they've come to you, maybe you've been helping them to mold each character, and then they go off out elsewhere, and yeah, actively play that character. Something they're doing with whatever this is. Or it's like, say, oh, lost a great fortune, find out your thoughts or find out something, and then that answer they can collect or keep as their own, and that's how they would advise people to get over it, or something like that. It's like putting you in a situation and watching how you get out of it, and then log in how you did those movements to get out of it, and then they know the answer. But because it's fucking with your life, or someone you know, or vice versa, that obviously if it were to ever come out. But the funny thing is, whatever's changed for this emotional withdrawal, and even if they are pulling away, or they've had a change of heart, or the funding stopped, or whatever it may be, this person has been so focused on whatever it is that this is representing that they've opened lots of threads. So if this is all different people, for example, this one person, regardless of their personas, they've still like one person. There'll be something that links them to everyone or every situation. So this person is the weakest link of everything that's trying to hold tight, like ship shape I'm getting, or holding the water tight, something like that. It's like literally everything's being held together, and this one with no expectation, and why would they, of ever getting caught, because they've give so much detail about every stage of your decline or whatever, because it's mirrored, so they could get your thoughts and your pathway, the journey, all of that, that they have left a paper trail, breadcrumbing information that you are able to track back, and they actually link to many people that you might not have been able to find a proper way of linking them, connecting them, if it was that type situation. So they are the I was going to say they're the lit fuse that now will, once lit, ricochet all through everywhere, because they're going to be able to bring everyone down. That's what it feels like for me. And we've got new beginnings. That new beginnings as well, just as I was looking at that, the reason this could have come to an end would be maybe public court of opinion, or that experiment's done. It's like, let things lay low for a little while, and we'll begin another version, but they need to change characters or do something else or send someone forward. So if you've never met this person, they could be doing something that they know your situation because they've created it, or they've played a major role in it, and so they could be coming forward with, then the new game is to try and turn all of these upright. But I wouldn't be trusting it, because see that bad health, that's still there. It's just another version of mapping your journey, but the game this time is turn that upside down, up the right way, that then goes up the right way. So it's like a knock-on effect, and they're the ones again that's orchestrated it, or whoever else is involved in the sickness of it, to collect the thoughts. But once it gets to a certain position, then the rug will be pulled from under whoever it is that they're focused on. And it may not even be you, they may just go on randomly to someone else, but I feel that they've done this before. There's something about how comfortable they are in different personas and playing different characters. So we've got the hanged person to keep something locked into a specific position, having to let go of one thing in order to gain another. So shutting one game down or one experiment in order to be able to open up something else. But with this being like placed on pause, you may well have had time to think, or if you are an intuitive person, things may be coming back to you. Maybe if you're used to speaking to them often or certain pattern. Maybe you've not heard from them for a while, or maybe they've been on your mind because they're heavy focused on you and your energy, possibly. We've got Emperor in the reverse, so yeah, there's something that's you're picking up on. It's like this person's energy, it's like, how many people can you meet all with that same energy? Yeah, emotional withdrawal, the King of Pentacles. So someone's paid him to come in and stress test, find out. So they may have befriended you, obviously. There's definitely a close working relationship, whether they come to you for what you do or did, or whether you went to them. But it would have been a situation that you would be talking about whatever, sharing thoughts and understanding. Yeah, we've got here the crown chakra and judgment in reverse. So there's manipulation to either lead you to believe that you've done something, which is why the shame's there, and caused whatever, when really it's been orchestrated, manipulated. That's not for everyone, and it's not answer for everyone, but I am just going with the energy. There's something about a wrong judgment, so that also, depending on which way you're looking at it, flipping it, if it's even making sense for you. But the wrong judgment call is the absolute belief that they could never ever be discovered, so to say. They are now the catalyst that's going to bring everything down. And it's kind of, weirdly, reminding me of the other reading that we done. Feels a bit different, but maybe this could be, because we saw the, what was it, the King of Pentacles in reverse. So if funding had stopped or whatever, maybe this is the other person that this one was going to speak to. There's something. So 2 males, I would say. Maybe this one is the Emperor in reverse, or it could be, there's definitely, it's like someone's funding him to do this, or be the one that's up close following you along your journey. So material and spiritual prosperity, someone's definitely making off of the back of this situation. Yeah, look, see, the 10 of Swords, an absolute betrayal that's been going on for however long it's taken for that to play out. Yeah, but if this is your story, or look, you've got the Wheel of Fortune underneath. I was just going to say, if this is your story, you can know from the way that this is unfolded for me that this person is linked to everybody connected. It's like they are the gossip shop. So if you were to think of a grapevine as a person, it would be this person. They know everybody's business, and they are able to like shapeshift into everybody else's energy. So say if whatever your energy is, if you were their friend, then if you had something and you lost a house, then they would be able to mimic you and then take your essence, your situation and who you are, and wear that as a persona but it's your situation. Does that make sense? It's like, yeah, mimicking, but it doesn't feel like, it seems a bit pointless, but it's probably experimental or entertainment purposes, isn't it? Of course. But it doesn't feel like, say, if you'd lost a house or something like that, whether that they're trying to get the answer as a resolve or whatever and taking it back to you. It's like they're just using your situation. I don't know why, but I'm not writing it off, not from the way that I'm seeing how people are beyond belief with the shit they do. So this material and spiritual prosperity is just showing some kind of wrong judgment has been called, and it's resulted in a Ten of Swords betrayal, whereas the backfire for that now is literally on them. So something that you may well have experienced, or you may have spent time helping them through situations that you believed to be their own real situations, and it turns out that it's not at all. So they've been around you for years, but lying for years. How does someone get out of something like that? I don't believe that they would want to, would they, if they've got away with it this long? Literally saying that the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. All right, this, I'm just going to quickly pull just one for the bottom row, because it seems a little bit way out there. You may be able to take it. Yeah, something about this one having the same name. It's like there's like maybe one or two or a couple of things, especially if it's played out over a long period of time, the mirroring or something familiar that they've said or you've seen, or something that it's like, well, what are the actual chances of that? Someone coming forward, they've got the first and last name of someone else that you know. Odd. I mean, not that it's unheard of, but you know, it's something that's, it could be passed off. Logically, anything can, but it's like so specific and unique or odd that it does, it stays in the mind somewhere, but probably it's nothing to do, it doesn't go anywhere, you don't do anything with it, because it's just an incident or a coincidence, which is how it's made to look. But then you'll hear something else, or there's whatever else, maybe not as standing out as much as what that example would be, but something maybe a little bit smaller, but it's unmistakable. It's either been done with complacency to play in your face, is one, or piss all over your tarot cards if you're a tarot card reader. Then that's the energy that that's giving off. You know, they could be dropping things in your face for that's the entertainment bit. No, they didn't pick up on it, or see if you can get away with saying this. It's like dicing with danger, in the sense of being discovered. So they either want to, or they want to see how close they can get without being seen, something like that. But what I'm saying to you is, if this is your story, or a family member or a friend, you can know from what I'm picking up that that's cost everyone involved. So even if they were looking to pull away, they're already like, they're the pin in the hand grenade that's been pulled. So we've got the Chariot, something is moving forward fast at a rapid rate. So charging ahead or trying to get away from a situation, could be something to do with driving through a location, or there's like trips back and forward to a particular location, which then links them to other people. Something like that, like Southampton or wherever you live, things like that. We've got here the Seven of Wands, being defensive and trying to, obviously it'd be like, I mean, would you even pull somebody with something as crazy as this? That's what they would be relying on, that you wouldn't even dare to kind of call something like this out. You'd just be called crazy. But so there's that defensiveness and using the intuition. You are being able to see from a higher perspective, because if you were picking up on something like this, even if you did keep it to yourself, you wouldn't be able to overlook it and ignore it, because it will be in full view. So even if you kept it to yourself, but from there you would start protecting yourself, obviously. We've got here the Ten of Wands. So either they're under pressure, or they're coming forward with more baggage and more stuff, or more bits ready to set up for the new experiment. Keep feeling like hospital. Someone's connected to the hospital, or yeah, maybe they do work in a hospital and this is something like their own private experiment that they're doing. Could be studying for higher learning. We've got the Page of Wands, so the bad judgment would be to keep moving forward. This one's like skipping ahead, unbeknown to them. The whole trail, it's like if you're looking at that picture, that's that circle, if you can see, it's like a whole energy. Yeah, it's like a whole energetic print of the circle and cycles that's been taken, and that could even be looking like a sword of truth. So you're definitely onto something, or whoever is picking up. That's the thing, I don't even know, are you onto something? It might bring a different perspective for you to look at, because fair play to you if you've worked something like this out, because even with those cards all coming out in the reverse, yeah, I was told to leave them in the reverse, but I mean, that, and then those coming up in the upright. So the material and spiritual prosperity, yeah, betrayal about like your mental health, your mind, body, spirit. There's like different things, every area and element that you could be connected to. Still this court thing feels like a wild card, or maybe that's what was coming or should have happened or has happened, something like that. But it's all of that's designed to put you in memories of loss. But it's almost he's trying to work out which one was the most painful, or which one would be the most painful, something like that. So then we've got the World, a completion, something's completed out. And it's actually funny, I'm just being shown with this, with showing a energetic signature and print of where he's been, what he's been up to, and all the rest of it, with this lightning bit here and the world with the cycle closed. It's, this is your answer, this is the blueprint that you need to close a cycle out or get something wrapped up. And it's sod's law that they have been hidden all this time, or I'm imagining, because it feels like they've been around you a while, or they've been so skilled and everything the whole way through, and then the last hurdle, or just as they was about to walk away, something has come and bit them in the ass and exposed how sick they have been to be doing all of this. Don't forget, it's not just one person on their own, and I can't get away from the other video that I posted. I can't remember what its name was now, but yeah, something like took risks or didn't heed the warnings, whereas this one, he hasn't had warnings because he's done everything. Don't forget, this could be a female as well, or you may know them as a female, something like that. There's they play many characters in the physical, on the phone, or they borrow their friends' situations to use as a persona. That's why they're coming forward as the grapevine or the gossip. But that's the exact thing that's going to catch everyone else out, because he's probably been using actual situations, which then when you sit back and think about it, it's like, well, yeah, so and so had that same situation, so what's the chances of them having the exact same name as someone you already know, and they've been through or going through the same situation as so and so has been through or gone through or going through? You know, it's like, where have they come from to be connected or linked to nobody, but yet they have got the same situations, or they know the same things as people you know or deal with, whether it's through work or whether it's like peer group, family, something like that. Like going, meeting someone's family and their cousins there, and they're coming out with all this stuff, and but they're talking about your life. It's like, well, that happened to me at that month, or that's what I went, you know, it's weird, something like that. So anyway, let's get out of it. We've got the Empress, the reverse, and then we've got the Magician, Empress and the upright, Magician in the reverse, and then the Two of Cups. Yeah, this person's either like, it's, I don't know, it's like they it's like they want to get in closer. So watching from afar, or the way that they've been interacting with you isn't enough, and now they want to come in and take action, but it means getting in closer, a bit more physical. So if you've never seen this person in real life for whatever reason, then that could be what the next stage was being planned, but it's not going to go to that, because we've got here the Ten of Swords in reverse, meaning that you will catch on to it before they get a chance to do something else. Yeah, the Moon, secret, something hidden, and then the Hermit. So definitely you'll be in what they know everything, or they've watched you so hard, or spoke to you for so long, and working you out, that they probably could take you and your persona or something and play you as a character. That's what they do. It's like taking people's essence and moulding it for themselves. So this person probably would play a perfect female, because they've been around enough and they just kind of, yeah, mimic it. Yeah, look, Two of Pentacles and then the Sun. So someone's been changing information or juggling something, and then the Sun, the exposure. So whoever this weird reading is for, know that you are gonna be able to figure it out, work it out, and the wheel of fate goes in your favour. And yeah, if you've been through something like this, know that the world is wrapping it up and it will all come back, and he's going to help that to happen, because he's the loose end that makes the whole tapestry fray and come apart at the seams. So yeah, emotional withdrawal could well be then, once they realise that they've been seen and they've been caught, and what does that actually mean? So there you go, collective. I hope that that gave you something, if not entertainment at the least, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.